Is there something you can point to in our culture that's sort of causing the division that we all see and we're all kind of talking about?
Well, I think this goes back to an interesting place, and a number of, I forget if this was in the 60s or 70s or whenever, but at that point, very little study had been done on anger. And so this guy did a big long-term survey of the effect of anger on people. And most people, at that time, and probably since, think of anger as something that's bad. But what he found was that anger was fundamentally good in most cases because it gave people the energy to address things. But his other finding that was very interesting was if if you're angry at someone around you, you can deal with it. But if you get angry at someone who you have no relationship with or who's distant or at some disembodied ideal, you stay angry and you don't have any way to get that energy out. And so what happened was advertisers first, then in the political world, they took that information and weaponized it and said, oh, people, if I can get them angry at something out there, they will stay angry and stay in my orbit. So what's happened in America, the biggest bias in media is not left and right, it's toward anger and outrage. And much of the farther you go to either edge of the media spectrum, the programming is designed to make you angry at things that you can't change so that you will stay angry. And if you look at Facebook right now, there's 750 or so big advertisers boycotting them and they don't change. Well, why? Well, because their whole business model is based on engagement, and people engage when they're angry and frustrated and outraged. So Facebook has a financial incentive to keep people upset, to keep the inflammatory content out there because it raises engagement. Another great example of this is political advertising. We all bemoan, one of the things I hate most about election season is one negative ad after another, But the thing is, we vote our fears. We don't vote
Yeah.
our hopes. And so that's what the research shows. And so politics has weaponized that. So for Christians, the thing that we have been very naive about is that we don't understand the spirit behind the media that we receive. And somebody may be standing up for something we believe in, for abortion, for, Christian persecution, but we don't discern the emotional content of what's behind that. And as someone who works with people's hearts and helps them bring their emotions into the dominion of Jesus, Christians are so naive about the emotional input to their life and how
Mhm.
it makes them angry people. So
Wow.